This is my final reflection video, and the title of the text I will be talking about is Theme for English B by Langston Hughes. That poem or text is what inspired me to write about Langston Hughes in my term project, and it was really it really evoked a lot of emotion for me because I could feel what Langston Hughes was trying to say quite literally, and I can feel kind of like his feelings of how he felt. And with everything going on, I feel like his message is what I feel like the message should be brought back to the attention. And um, um, I chose this text to talk about it because I think it should be brought to attention how important it is and how other people should read it. And I think that it is relevant to the conversation today, with, like, for example, ICE and deportation and immigration. I think Theme for English B explains how I feel. Um, because when people talk about immigration or deportation, they classify all Hispanics or Latinos as these dangerous criminals that crossed illegally and taking jobs and committing these heinous crimes and doing all these bad things, and they're putting us all of us in this bubble. And I don't think all of us fit in that bubble. I think a great majority of us do not fit that stereotype that is being portrayed on the media or in political views. And I think that Theme for English B kind of shows how, you know, it talks about how Langston Hughes, as an African American, was struggling for people to see that he was also a person. Like there isn't much different between an African American and a white person, and he was trying to show that he was an American too, and that that America was everyone. It's not just, it does not classify down to a single race. It does not classify to a single language. It does not classify into a single religion. It's America. America is kind of what Langston Hughes is trying to say, is like everyone, like kind of like a blend of everything and every culture and every type of person. And I think that's something that is kind of have lost its meaning because, I don't think that America is a specific somebody or a specific, like, a specific, like, a one type of person. And I think that it's concerning to me. Something concerning about the text is, how people didn't understand this, and people still don't understand this, that, that everyone that is lives in America is an American. It doesn't matter if you were born here or not, um, or what what culture you're from, or what language you speak, or what you look like. You are an American because you live in America. And I think that people forget that, or people say, "Oh no, you're not American, just because you look a certain way." I don't think that's correct, because America has never had like one specific definition, and I think that's something that needs to be talked about more. And I think this is an important text for people to read because I think it puts people to think about it and just be have more perspective on kind of what he's trying to say and the message he's trying to deliver. And this reading really impacted me because it obviously evoked a lot of feelings for me, and it made me research more about Langston Hughes and his importance. And I think it really hit home when I read Thing for English B, and I was like, that's kind of sad that I feel the way Langston Hughes feels, and this was probably years ago, and I somebody still feels like him years later, and the message has still not gotten across. So I think that I would definitely recommend this read to another person, because I think this is something that should be talked about more. And I think that Langston Hughes also does a really good job in his poetry, delivering messages and fighting for what he believes in. And I think that doing that with literature is very powerful and is something that that should be done more.